So Palestine's envoy in Australia has asked Australia to expeditiously recognise a Palestinian state, worried that if Trump gets in, that it would push back progress on that. I just want to know your views about how you see both candidates, how foreign policy under them could change that, and should Australia be working closer with the US on recognition?
You know, it's a vexed question. What are you recognising? What are you recognising? Because there's nothing in Gaza, there's no leadership, and you weren't going to recognise Hamas. And as for the West Bank, Palestinian Authority is just so corrupt. The question is, you know, what are you aiming to get at? I think what's most concerning is no one knows what Plan B is. You know, how are you going to govern? Israel said they're going to go into Gaza whenever they feel there's a threat. Well, you can't be a sovereign country if that's the case. But if you're going to go into that neighbourhood, go down the street with your tanks in Gaza whenever you feel there's a threat, you own it. You've got to give them health care. You've got to give them education. You own that country. So you can't, there's no sovereign nation on earth that just lets the next door neighbour just walk in and then claim to be sovereign. So it cannot be resolved without Saudi Arabia and Egypt and Turkey being at the table. It can't. And they've shown no willingness to be at the table. You know, and poor old Jordan, you saw the King of Jordan recently just say, you know, hang on, this isn't going to become a Palestinian state. Of course it's not. We've seen horrendous history in Jordan over the years, you know, involving Palestinians. Where are they going to go? So, but you're never going to get a resolution until you have everyone at the table, Israel and the Saudis and the Egyptians. The Egyptians are still absolutely crucial. And you can't have Turkey on the sidelines declaring, you know, Israel an evil state. You've got to bring the key players.
Is it even possible at this point to look at the US election in November and foresee one scenario for the Middle East under one outcome and a different scenario for the Middle East under a different outcome on November 5th?
Well, it does come back to raw politics, and the Democrats are very exposed in Michigan. There are some districts in Michigan which are crucial, which have a very big Palestinian, pro-Palestinian population and big registration. So that's tempered Harris's language. They're trying to thread the needle here, the Democrats, whereas Trump, and you can see it in the polling, the Jewish demographic has surged for Trump. I don't think it's influential for money. It influences, you know, a bit of Silicon Valley and certainly New York, but he's had a surge of support in the Jewish community in America. But the other community, the Islamic Arab community, is bigger.